Hey there guys, today I'm going to be continuing the Sonoran Sunrise sim. Before we get started on the playoffs, I am going to be taking a look at something to give you a preview of a couple of ideas I've got going forwards. There are three types of sims I'm going to be starting up at some point. I'm not sure when I'm going to have them, I'm not sure exactly how they're going to work, but here's one of them. So we're going to Caleb Joseph. You're probably wondering why. Well, look at his pitching ratings. He has off the charts control. Caleb Joseph has the highest rated control of any pitcher in all of OOTP. This includes historical pitchers, including guys from eras where control was top notch. Nobody has a higher rating and control than Caleb Joseph. Now, of course, he's only got one pitch. Oh no, he does have two pitches. Okay. So he's got two pitches, okay move, well, terrible movement and terrible stuff, but super good control. So I'm going to be doing a day in some point in the future where we replace an entire pitching staff with Caleb Joseph and let him go at it. Now, my other ideas are a team where I'm not allowed to have players greater than a 3-star rating. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to play that one out. And running a historical sim, which is something that most people don't really do very often. And that includes me. I've never run a historical sim before. So, uh, oh no, Acuna better not be hurt badly. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. I don't know how. Oh, that's because of Caleb Joseph. Okay, so that's not really a problem. But Acuna is out for the playoffs, presumably. Hopefully, we can get him back. Kellenic. Do we have. Who would even replace. I don't know if anyone could replace Acuna. But I've got the playoff bullpen set, the playoff lineup set. We are good to go. All right, let's get going with this playoffs. There it is, 5 to 6 weeks. Acuna's not going to be back for the playoffs. All right, well, let's put Brady House on the playoff roster to replace him, and then I'll figure out some maneuvering to get this to work. All right, so does Bellinger have ratings in left field? Nope. Does Kelenic? Dominguez does. Dominguez has ratings in left field. So we make Dominguez the starting left fielder and House the starting DH. Kelenic slides into center. I guess Brendan McKay can back up in left field. And of course, Dominguez can back up center field. Not a huge fan of this depth chart, but it works. And of course, Dominguez is not your ideal left fielder. We essentially just got cut big time in our outfield defense from 75 to 55 or something, and from like 70 or 75 to 35. Hopefully that doesn't cost us. Brendan McKay. Yasan Dominguez. Oops. Brendan McKay again. No, can we please put him in the right spot? Okay, please, please, please. Thank goodness. Adael Amador should not be batting ahead of Yasan Dominguez in any universe. I don't know why he was. No, MJ Melendez still bats ahead of House with his 7.6 WAR 1,000 OPS catcher season. He hit 300. I've never seen any MJ Melendez hit 300. All right, this playoff rotation is very solid, though. Hopefully this team doesn't choke it up. All right, so we're going to be facing the Phillies. The heck? Oh, I see. Why are we in this? Why does it automatically randomly set us to another weird league? The California Dogecoin? All right, can we avoid choking to the Phillies in the division series? It appears that we will. Still got a game to go. What do you know? Every single team swept their division series. Oh no, 3 games to 1. Okay. But they all won on the same day. Can we beat the Braves? Rafael Devers and the Braves, that is. Another quick win for us. And it looks like we'll be facing the Yankees in the World Series. Indeed. Oops. Yep. Miguel Sano's with the Yankees? Huh. Alright, well, hopefully we don't choke this up. We will be automatically simming to an elimination day once again, and then manually simming the elimination game. So I'll sim out 3 games. Wow, Garrett Cole had a rough year. Sega's their best pitcher, potentially. Alright, well, we won. Playoff coverage. Yet we're up 3-0, so we might have a chance to sweep the Yankees here. Alright, let's play this game. We're better literally everywhere. Vasquez will get his chance to conclude the season on a high note. Franco, Kelenic, Bellinger, Jones, Melendez, Dominguez, House, Amador, and Freeman will round out our roster. Dominguez should be on their team, but he's not. Gleyber Torres and Aaron Judge will lead their offense. Why is Gleyber Torres... Oh, he's a power hitter in this save. But still, Judge you'd think would be hitting below Torres. All right, let's get this game underway. Wander Franco will lead off this World Series game at Yankee Stadium. Ooh, 2-strike count immediately. And that is going to be a single into right center. Wander Franco will begin this elimination game with the hit. The almost as talented Jared Kelenic. And he will shoot one down the right field line. Yeah, let's not risk that. This team is good enough to get runs in. Bellinger is a strikeout risk, but he does hit the ball very well. Well, at least he got it in play. Runners on second and third with one out for Nolan Jones, who's been a huge part in the World Series the past couple years. And that is another World Series home run for Nolan Jones, who just cannot be stopped. Nolan Jones is just so good in the World Series for whatever reason. Dominguez had a really good year, actually. I'm impressed. Here's House. That'll be the second out. And Amador will strike out to end the inning, but we have jumped on the Yankees starting pitching to begin this World Series. Nice strikeout by Vasquez to start the game. Wow, 2 consecutive 0-2 counts to start the game. That's another strikeout. 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts. Wow, another 2 strike count. Oh, but this time it's put in play by Torres, but another easy out. And that is a bomb to right field. Is that going to have enough distance on it? No, it's going to be caught by Judge. Wander Franco seems to get a hit every time he comes up, but this one's going to be a fly out to the left fielder. Why is Tyler Wade in left field? Isn't he a good defensive infielder? Yeah. That's a walk. Let's have Kelenic steal just for fun. And no contention by Carson Kelly. That is a bullet down the right field line. The run will not score, though. Aaron Judge does have a very good arm. That should be deep enough to get a run in. Oh, never mind. We got 2 outs. Giancarlo Stanton is still a very good power hitter. And another 2 strike count for Vasquez, who has been dominant in this World Series game. Getting ahead in counts very consistently. There's another weak ground ball. Another 2 strike count. And another strikeout. We might not need any more offense at the rate Vasquez is going. That's Melendez's second walk. That's a double play. Oh no, Dominguez is too fast. That is a bomb to left field that's going to get caught. Too much launch angle. That might be a double play. Oh. Never mind, 2 outs. Shocking. Not a 2 strike count. And that is down the line. Got past Jones. Leadoff double for Tyler Wade. And another 2 strike count. Oh, that's going to be a home run for Carson Kelly. Such a dominant start going downhill so fast to the bottom of the order. Those are the guys you just cannot get beat by. There's another strikeout, though. Hopefully he can bounce back and get out of the inning. Another 2 strike count for Gaviglio. That's another strikeout. That's another single. There's a walk. And this is a huge change in pace from the rest of the game. The strikeout of Stanton gets Vasquez out of the inning. And that is a huge, long fly ball by Tower Freeman for a home run by the second baseman. Franco belts one to center. I think that's going to get caught. Kelenic has reached every time. That's going to be a hit for Bellinger. Well, just for fun, let's double steal. And that is going to be a successful double steal. And Nolan Jones will shoot that into right field for yet another RBI. Oh no, that's going to be a pair. And we have regained our 3-run lead. Thanks to World Series hero Nolan Jones. And that's going to be a long fly ball to left field, and MJ Melendez has a home run. Make it 8-2. This one's not even close. But a strikeout. Oh wow, we still got an out to go. Brady House. And he'll draw a walk. Another walk by Amador. Here's Freeman, who led off the inning with a home run. And that's going to end the inning. A 5-run 4th inning. Yeah, this game's pretty much already over. I don't see them coming back from this. I don't know why MJ Melendez thought that was a good idea, but alright. And a double down the left field line. Wait, what? A triple down the left field line. Oh. Well, at least they got him at third. That was weird. That's going to be a fly out. All right, let's get out of this inning. Come on, Vasquez. You can do it, man. There we go. Ground out to Franco. Speaking of Franco, here he is. And there's another hit for Bellinger. I'm still not going to send him. Nolan Jones again. That's going to be an out. I don't think it's deep enough for Franco to advance. MJ Melendez with his third walk of the game. That is 3 walks and a home run. And that's going to be at least 1 RBI for Yasan Dominguez. I'm probably going to let Melendez run on Tyler Wade. Oh, he blew it. MJ Melendez got caught at home. Here's Biggio. That's a strikeout. He struck out Biggio each time. Judge draws a walk, though. He's had surprisingly poor control considering that control is like his best tool. That's going to be shot down the left field line. But fortunately, hard enough that Dominguez was able to get to it and prevent Judge from advancing any further. And that'll be another strikeout of Stanton. He has just feasted on those high, low avoid Ks guys. Leadoff walks are always a good way to start your inning. Double plays following them are not, though. And they hit Tyler Freeman. All right, let's let Wander Franco do hitting. Oh, that is a long fly ball to right field. Wander Franco has got himself a World Series home run. Oh, nope. Oh, he was so close. This is likely Vasquez's last inning. Nice way to start it off, striking out Sano. And that's going to be another out. Yeah, Tyler Wade. I seriously doubt he's going to get beat by this guy again. Yep, and there's Kelenic to make a diving play. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. All right, Brendan McKay gets to play left field. All right, well, that's what we're doing. Brendan McKay will get his first at bat. I really hope that Kelenic's not seriously hurt. Such an important part of this lineup. And that is a rocket to left field for Bellinger. That's going to be a double. Looks like McKay is going to come in and score, and it's actually going to be a triple. That is an RBI triple for Cody Bellinger. Yeah, this is a really high scoring playoff game. And Nolan Jones shoots another one deep to left field. That is going to be his second home run of the game. Nolan Jones is just such a good power hitter in the playoffs. And that's going to be the first time MJ Melendez will record an out this game. Cannot believe we have 14 runs right now. That's a strikeout by Dominguez. And another strikeout by House. All right, well, who do I want to see before we head into the offseason? I'd like to see Cerda. Because, I mean, at this point, honestly, might as well just use this as a chance to take a look at our pitchers. There's no way they're going to blow this game. I think I'm going to let Vasquez get one more batter here. Yeah, bottom of the order. There's no harm in that. Trey Umbergy. Yep, and there's another fly out for him. And Vasquez, you know what? Let him have Biggio. He's got Biggio every single time. I'll get Cerda back up in the bottom of the inning. And there's another ground out. That'll end Vasquez's night with 7 innings pitched and only 5 hits in this World Series. Here's Cerda. And Amador will lead off the inning. Yeah, this is not a good World Series. Quick sweep, 14-3 clincher. Wander Franco. Yeah, it's going to be a double play. Oh no, they cannot get Franco at first. Here's Brendan McKay again. That is a bomb to right field. Is that going to have enough? Oh no, it's not. But we will score a run on that sac fly. And that will end our offense. 15 runs though, that's nothing to scoff at. And Jose Cerda will come in to close out this World Series. And they brought in a pinch hitter. Not that that's going to make much of a difference, but... Oh, an infield single by Thairo Estrada. Come on, don't walk him, dude. Perfect. Ground out to Jones. Is that going to be a... That is a... What is it? 3-6-3 double play? All right. Stan is going to strike out again. That was a nice quick inning for Cerda. Nolan Jones once more. He'll draw a walk. Nolan Jones is a World Series god. Ooh, Melendez hit. He's reached all but one at bat, though. And he's got quite a few of them. That's going to be an out from House. And Amador could be our last batter of this World Series, and he will be. Cerda will close it out. Bringing in another pinch hitter, Michael Bush. That's a quick ground out to Jones. Miguel Andujar. strikeout. Serta's actually looking pretty good. And Tyler Wade is the last man standing for the New York Yankees. And that is going to be a ground out to Amador to end the World Series. And Nolan Jones responsible for 7 of the RBIs. Lots of production from our offense. Yeah, that was a great game for the offense for sure. And of course, we have won the World Series. Now we're going to have to look forwards to a decision-filled offseason where most of the decisions are looking forwards. We don't really have anything super urgent, I believe, but definitely got an interesting future ahead of us. Yeah, we have built a dynasty. So the dynasty is officially here. Void. Sweet. I appreciate that those goals are easy. The budget is going up. That's good to see. At least it's the off season. Why do you have to make that catch? His avoid Ks has actually improved, so Kelnick has gotten better. Ian Wiley, the pitching prospect who came literally out of nowhere, is looking very, very nice as our #1 overall prospect. Manny Coronado has finally gotten his deserved recognition as the #2 overall prospect. He could be coming up as soon as next year. Uh, Adael Amador is probably getting traded this offseason because I don't have anywhere to put him. Brady House, we're going to have to find a spot for him on the roster. Bryce Matthews, he's probably never going to make it. Xavier Arguin, he's got a ways to go, but of course his upside is still very good. Jose Cerda, who closed out the World Series, has a nice future ahead of him as well. And this is the only top 10 prospect who is not a diamond. Oh, never mind, there's 2 of them. Medrano as well, who I passed up on. Elias Mendoza ruptured his UCL. Great. Great. Oh, let's see what our points are. Still 865. All right, let's take a look at arbitration. So Gerber and Bowden, who I both planned to trade away. So I will shop them. Where's Bowden? He's a closer, I believe. No, not that far. All right, there we go. Hopefully we can get something interesting. If not, we're dumping their salaries, and we need to dump their salaries. We've got guys who can come up and take the roster spots, pitch much better, much cheaper. This is, of course, first and foremost, a price-cutting move. Devi Santana. Huh, that's actually an interesting player. Jimmy Lewis. I think Debbie Santana might be the option here. He looks like a pretty solid first base prospect. Obviously, uh, he's gonna have to make some significant strides to have a roster spot, but he could be trade fodder at some point. Yep, it's got to be Debbie Santana. Debbie Santana of the Cincinnati Reds. Too bad they don't have any relievers I could use, because that's really my only weak spot right now. Oops. Austin Kendrick. Hendrick, not Kendrick. Bobby Dominguez. This guy's an interesting looking prospect. Let's see if I can't get him. For Noelvi Marte, that seems like too good to be true. I mean, he was just a fill-in. He barely had an OPS plus better than 100. You know what? I would love to have your first round pick. And they would love to give it to me for some reason. I added pretty much nothing else in, and they're giving me their first round pick. Let's see if we can't get Bobby Dominguez back in this deal. Nope. But that's like number 2 overall. Yeah, that's a great addition. Tommy Holders. Gregory Garcia. Alright, well, this dude's interesting enough. I'll at least ask about him. He'll come plenty cheap. What is it with these guys wanting the outfielders? The random weird pricey outfielders. Oh, right. Money does not, retained contracts rather, do not affect anything, so. Wow. He'll throw in his second round pick. He won't throw in his third round pick, but that's still a huge return. If this upcoming year's draft class is anything like the one that we just saw, this is going to be huge, getting these draft picks. Of course, that reliever, Brett DeGusse, is the guy I traded to them. All right. This is definitely a great way to start off our offseason, picking up a pretty decent potential first baseman. Why does OSA think of him? Even OSA thinks he's good. What the heck? An okay potential third baseman and first and second round picks with some cash for players who are barely worth using even on mediocre teams. Now, Ben Bowden's personality, yeah, I'm not a fan of giving it up, but he just dropped off so much in terms of ability that I don't really want to pay him. All right, I think that covers our arbitration. I don't think that there's anything else we really need to worry about. It looks like our salaries are actually lower next year. Then after that, they start hiking. Yason Dominguez in particular, I kind of already regret his contract. He's fragile too, so when Manny Coronado comes up, he's getting replaced. I will likely be trading him away for whatever prospect or draft picks I can get the moment that we get Manny Coronado up. And I'm thinking Manny Coronado comes up next year. He's already got really good ability. He's a good defensive right fielder. He's got a lot going for him. So I can call him up, give him an extension while OSA and my head scout for some reason still think he's not superstar, and then we can plug him into the lineup. There's of course no way that he's getting an opt-out after 3 years. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's not happening, man. But you're gonna get pretty team-friendly contract, we hope. Yeah, there's some interesting players. We just got to figure out how to manage our finances to best fit this team. Oh, right, I need to check to see if there's any players who I don't get an extra year of control by waiting until after to offer them an extension, who should get out long-term extension. I think Hurry Frias and Serda I still get an extra year of control with. Yeesh. No thanks. If you were bad in double A, there's absolutely no chance you're going to be good in major leagues at any point at age 27 with 2-star potential. Oh, Case Williams, but I think, oh no, I don't get another year of control. Ugh. All right, what does he want? They're really, really stingy with these player opt-outs and player options. And he's only asking for 130 million, which actually is not a huge deal. So I'm going to restructure this money a bit, and then I'm going to give him about 135 million. Now 125 million. Hopefully this will make our finances a little bit more manageable in the future. I know Sixto Sanchez is relatively affordable for an ace. Okay, this is a little bit lower than I want it to be, so no, 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 can't hike this up. Okay, let's make this 17,500,000, 15 million, and 12,500,000. Oops. And how does this look now? All right, now we're looking at 125 million, which is about where I wanted it to be. Oh, he didn't go. He didn't bite. All right, hopefully a little bit of a restructuring can get this fixed. I will um, drop the salary a little bit more slowly here. Okay, 20 million, 18,500,000, 17,500,000, 16,500,000, 15 million. Yeah. No, I don't want to drop it this slowly. 15 million. 12,500,000. Okay, how does that look? If that's in the 35 million range, then that is good. Okay, sweet. And he will take it. All right, that is a relatively affordable contract extension to Case Williams. Relatively. Down the road, it will be not bad. And we still have a little bit of money this offseason to put into free agents if we see somebody interesting, notably off the international market, like Alex Vasquez was. He was a great pitcher for us, great pickup. Why was Borromini on the injured list? Can somebody please tell me why I was using Amador over Borromini when he was perfectly healthy? I cannot believe that I used Amador over Borromini, the shortstop of now and the future. Hopefully we see some interesting players this offseason for sure. And Case Williams has signed his extension. I don't see where the stuff potential is coming from. He's only got 5 points of improvement left with his changeup. Fans are happy about it. That's good. Wander Franco won MVP. Wow, Cody Bellinger actually stole some votes? How did he do that? I mean, he led the league with whopping 200 RBI and 60 home runs. But you'd think Wander Franco would be running away with it with the lead in plate appearances, at bats, runs, hits, doubles, walks, average on base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, and WAR, plus his top tier defense. Kelenic coming in third, Nolan Jones in fourth. Gavin Lux takes fifth, Betts with fifth, sixth. These are some really, really high talent players. I'm just going to take a moment to say this, particularly on my team. This type of talent is extremely rare. You're never going to see a sim where everybody turns out this well. I'm astonished that Wander Franco got this talented. I've had a very talented shortstop before, and he was not even close to this good. This is definitely like a once in history type of development. Sixto Sanchez won Cy Young Award unanimously, which was not a shock. Brendan McKay coming in second, which also is not a shock. Corbin Martin in third. It's not a shock either. He had a really great season. He pitched 210 innings despite only having 50 stamina. That is just downright impressive. And Vasquez got some Cy Young votes as well. I won another Manager of the Year. Boramini won Rookie of the Year unanimously, beating out Yason Dominguez and Alex Vasquez, who both would have been more than deserving winners. Drew Waters, Zach Veen, and Corbin Carroll getting votes as well. MJ Melendez, Nolan Jones, Wander Franco, Filiberto Boramini, Cody Bellinger, and Jared Kelenic will all win their Silver Sluggers. None of our relievers will get votes for Reliever of the Year. Oops. And it doesn't look like we had any Gold Glove winners either. Who won at shortstop? Jose Iglesias? I would think Boramini is a better defender than Iglesias. I'm also kind of surprised Wander Franco didn't win third base's Gold Glove. All right, once again, another flow of international free agents. Let's see if there's anybody interesting we can pick up. Last season was a hit with one of our two acquisitions. There's a lot of mediocre pitchers here. There's no high-end players yet, but there's some guys that can help out middle teams more. For some reason, the international market seems to be very pitcher heavy right now. Oh, this dude's already signed with the Weichuan Dragons. He's not even in the major leagues. Or maybe they just lied about his availability. Or maybe he's posted. Ooh, Alex Bregman is a free agent? I mean, obviously, I'm not going to pursue him. He's nowhere near Wander Franco's caliber, but still. Pete Alonso, Michael Kopech, Noah Syndergaard. This is a pretty loaded free agent market. Jack Flaherty, Gleyber Torres, Shane Bieber. This is a very good free agent market. Jake Odorizzi, Zach Wheeler, and George Springer rounded out. Imagine Pete Alonso joining the Astros. Are there any nice relievers available? which is once again really our only area of need. Oh boy, we could get Nick Birdie back after season 1. Jordan Hicks looks too pricey to be worth signing. Is there anybody affordable? Roberto Osuna. He's wrecked. Yasuaki Yamasaki. He was with the Cubs, no compensation. He had some pretty good years. He's not a high strikeout pitcher, but he gets home run rates low. Seems. I mean, I guess if he's cheap, which he is, he's not a bad pickup. I'm going to make both of these last 2 years team options as well. It's possible that he's not even worth that money. Is there anyone else? Yanni Chirinos. No, I don't see anybody else worth acquiring. Okay. Well, I guess this offseason's going to be pretty quiet, guys. I don't really see too much. Well, okay, that's a lie. Extensions are going to be a thing. We've got a lot of money coming onto the books in the future, however. So, Yasan Dominguez is getting traded this offseason. Kelnick will be our center fielder. Here, let me take a look at the roster. Okay, Kelnick will be a center fielder. Bellinger will be our right fielder. Acuna will be our left fielder. And Coronado will be our designated hitter, probably, in year 1. Acuna can back up left field and center, or I mean right field, and Bellinger, I guess, can back up center field. He's a better center fielder. Yeah, so it's probably what we're looking at right now. Amador likely getting traded as well, simply because I don't have a roster spot for him. He's a really great shortstop. I wish we could retain him. I just don't have anywhere to put him. Now, our infield is completely full right now. Nolan Jones isn't going anywhere at first base. He is an insanely talented player who somehow just keeps getting better every year. Tyler Freeman might be the most vulnerable position player right now on our team, and he just posted 6.6 WAR with a 140 OPS plus. Wander Franco, obviously, he's not going anywhere, and Filiberto Boramini, he's extremely safe as well. Why does he have training at first base? So we need to get Brady House into the lineup. And keep in mind that Manny Coronado is already going to have the designated hitter spot. I don't want to move House, but we need to really get creative to find a way to get him into the lineup. It's possible that Tyler Freeman gets traded, which I would absolutely hate. He's on a very nice contract, team option in the last year. He's been a very solid second baseman for us. He actually was a slightly above average fielder. He's been a real nice help. So we really would like to keep him around. I guess it's going to come down to what it costs to retain House long term. He actually looks about the same contract as Freeman. Obviously, we'd have a little bit more control if we were to extend House right now. We'd get the 1 year of him, or that's Franco. Yeah, that's not the same guy. If we would get the 1 year of House, and then he would start getting pricey. But of course, he would have to train up at second base, and he's better suited for third base. But Franco's our third baseman. He's sticking at third base. So House would have to go to second base, which is not a great position for him. And yeah, so we're looking at a really awkward situation. I might trade Bellinger. I guess he's getting expensive, could save us some pennies, and it would help us get everybody into the lineup. As for the pitching side of things, I don't think there's any major moves going to be made. But then again, we have to consider that Cerda and what's his face, Frias are both MLB ready. They're capable of contributing, and they're at the age where they pretty much need to come up right now. So we might have to make some tough choices about who's staying and who's going. As of right now, Sixto Sanchez is not going anywhere. I don't think Corbin Martin is going anywhere. He's on a pretty affordable contract. I'm unlikely to trade Vasquez, but I guess he's available. If the offer is right, I'd potentially be willing to move him. Case Williams is pretty safe. I mean, that's a very nice contract that's structured just the way we want it. I'm pretty unlikely to trade him. He's a really talented pitcher. So I'd say Brendan McKay is probably going to have to go. He came second in MVP voting. He was really lucky with that BABIP. I mean, he obviously did display better walk and home run rates, but I I don't have too much confidence in him. I think he really is just going to have to he's going to have to be traded. And of course, to fill out the other spot, I think Vasquez might have to be gone. He had a really great season. He's on a nice contract, but we can't afford we we have to make space. So I think it might also come down to what kind of contracts we're going to have with those guys. So I guess we might as well get going with figuring this out. So first things first, we need to free up some contract space. So I think that means Bellinger is going. Oh, right, he's partially retained by the Dodgers. So I'm only paying him 16 million a year. It's of course still our second priciest player, but nonetheless. Trading Brendan McKay will free up plenty of contract space as well going forwards. Let's see what I get if I no. Okay, Ojeda might have to get traded as well. And Slater O'Brien is a trade candidate. I'm not a huge fan of him. I don't know how he managed 13.9K per nine with only a changeup really carrying his arsenal. I think he's got to go. I don't know what I'm going to do with Colwyn either. He's talented, but he's got way too much clogging him from reaching the starting job. All right, so I think we're going to start by moving Brendan McKay. Are there any prospects at all that I am interested in acquiring? That's pretty unlikely, but you never know. I don't really want to trade for Kikuchi back. Manny Velasquez. Here's a reliever. He's not worth giving up McKay to get. Alex Childs. Interesting. High stamina ground baller. He could be worth acquiring. Ian Churchill of the Astros. Eric Dowd of the Pirates, some more of our guys. Omar Espinoza, another high stamina pitcher. Don't like that dude. Don't like that dude. Oops, skip somebody. Jorge Gutierrez. I think he's at least interesting. Oh, Manny Madrano. He could be a nice pickup, but he is a three-pitch pitcher, which makes him go down in value. Jose Sanchez, an interesting control pitcher. It doesn't really look like there's any prospects out there that I don't control that I would really want to pay for. So let me take a look at who the worst teams were this season. I can't look at regular season standings. Um, Anyways, like I said, I'm going to begin by trading McKay. So it looks like the Rockies were the worst NL team, and the Reds, we already got their second overall pick, so I'm assuming the Rockies do indeed have the first overall pick. All right, perfect. Now, considering McKay came second in Cy Young voting, I'm going to have to assume that he's going to be worth a first round pick and then some. Indeed, he is. Do the Rockies have any interesting prospects? They'll need to in order to make this trade worthwhile. This is just sad. They really do not have anything. Alright, well, I'll be back with a weaker offer. In the meantime, who else sucked this year? The Giants sucked. They've got to have somebody. They do. They have a very good pitching prospect, and of course, their left field prospect I was looking at earlier, who's kind of a two-way. And I don't believe we'll have to retain any of McKay's contract, or I mean, throw in money to get them to afford it. But they apparently are not too fond of the idea of giving up Griffin or Espinoza. I mean, you can't blame them, but that's a little bit outrageous. It's McKay is easily better, short term and long term, than those guys. Wow, and the first round pick isn't even a one for one. I might actually be better off just trading with the Rockies. Who else was bad? The Nationals were pretty bad. Termar Johnson is at least a trade piece down the line. So I guess we can try to make a trade here work. Oops. Double oops. Ugh. Alright. Alright. Alright, it looks like the Nationals are probably going to be our trade partner. Do they have any relievers or something at the MLB level I could... Oh, they've got Juan Soto, that's right. Not that I really need him, not that I can afford him, but they've got Juan Soto. They don't appear to have any particularly interesting relievers, or really any major league piece that is of value to me. They do have this prospect who I will... he just got drafted. This is a little bit disappointing. Don't really have any particularly valuable pieces to complete this trade. I mean, I can ask for Soto, but I seriously doubt that they'd be willing to throw him in. And they'd have to retain his contract for us to be able to afford it down the road. Yeah, that's not happening. Okay, now we're in this really awkward position. We can trade down 3 draft picks and also get Tamar Johnson. But I don't know what the Rockies would be willing to throw in, and I don't think this trade is worthwhile. Marlins are next. All right. Yeah, this dude's definitely worth giving up. McKay. Oh, he just got drafted. That's right. He was the dude I was hoping would slip to us in the draft. The Marlins got him #1 overall. How's this dude? Eh. Eh. I would make this trade if we could get him. The Pirates were pretty bad. It seems like all the prospects of consequence were from last year's draft. White Sox are rebuilding. Hmm, interesting. This outfielder is not bad. All right, well, hmm. I don't like the contract here. But again, if we can get them to retain all of it, which they are willing to do, this is a tough choice. This is probably the best offer that we've got so far. All right, we'll consider this our worst case scenario deal right now. I'm going to keep looking for better offers. It's kind of a shame that there really aren't many players out there that would be of value to us to acquire. I mean, look at all that blue. Something I could do is immediately trade Arenado after picking him up. Don't think he's worth any of those guys. Cedarland is probably an actual genuine relief upgrade. He could actually help our relief core out. Davis Diaz. Ugh, of course he was. I would take. Oh, he was too. Seems like almost every prospect of consequence was drafted last year. They're really clingy to their prospects. Interesting. Ugh. Oh, I should probably actually check out the draft pool 2025. Okay. Alright, so the number one overall prospect's pretty good. Solid players. Are there really no good pitchers? There's no way. There we go, that's the problem. This guy's interesting. Genuine two-way prospect. He could potentially play left field. He could pitch. He's pretty good at both. He'd probably be the number one overall draft pick. Do any of these relievers have the ability to start? Doesn't look like they do. It also looks like the number one prospect is far and away the best player in the draft. This dude looks pretty interesting, I'll admit, but I'm not overwhelmed with this draft quality. This guy looks interesting. His defense is limiting, but otherwise he's pretty good. So it looks like there's a handful of guys I'd be interested in taking here. Oh, this dude's got some pretty nice power. Defensively, he's probably limited to first base, though. Hold it. Um, all right, well, it looks like there are at least a couple of players that I would find interesting. I'm kind of curious about the future draft classes as well. Ooh, wow. This is a very talented looking pitcher. I'm going to make it an effort. Ooh, and this is a very nice looking hitter. If these guys can keep up this talent, we're going to need to make it an effort to get some of the higher draft picks next year. Doesn't look like there's any super good relievers, which is a little bit of a surprise. I'm sure they'll develop though. And for 2027, nobody yet emerging as a really high-end prospect. Right, so uh, again, I think this guy is probably, I mean, he's not the best starting pitcher in the game, but he's got a very nice personality. He is a genuine two-way hitter. He's got some upside to him. This guy looks interesting as well. I mean, I would like at least a couple top draft picks to get some of these guys. I think this guy is probably the #1 overall pick. So yes, I do think that this trade with the Rockies is probably worth making. I mean, I don't like giving up McKay, but we really do need that extra cash. Actually, I should try to get their second round pick as well. Nope, that's not happening. Alright, well this appears to be what I can do. Wow, McKay was somehow not popular. He came second in Cy Young voting, and he was only fair. I guess that's what happens when you start your career with the Rays. Alright, that's one player off our charts. I believe it was Bellinger who I said needed to go next. Alright, let's see who wants him. Who was it? Who was the next worst team? It was the Nationals or something. The Reds, but we already got their pick, so it's the Nationals who are the next worst. You know, we need to do this with a team that's actually able to afford the contracts. I really wish we could get Childs. Nope. What AL teams sucked? The White Sox and the Twins. Alright, the Twins and the Rangers are the teams I will inquire with. Twins have a reliever. Not a super good one, but a reliever. Oh, right, they don't have budget space. I should have paid attention to that. Neither do the Rangers. Who else sucked again? Indians and the Tigers were both pretty bad. Also broke, although they've got an interesting reliever. Nick Sandlin. Emmanuel Clase is also usually pretty good. Oops. Ooh, they've got Torkelson, although, I mean, obviously, I don't have a roster spot for him. We've got Riley Green, too. How are these teams so broke? What is the deal with their contracts? Matthew Boyd's expensive. Why did they even give him that contract? Trey Turner is with the Tigers. Mize, Manning, Hastley. Alright, whatever. Astros. The Astros are a pretty big market. They should be able to afford it. And they might have some interesting prospects as well. Plus, they've got Yordan Alvarez. So if he's available, he could be a nice pickup. Never mind. At least they do have the space. This guy's probably being trained as a starting pitcher, though. So I don't really want him. But this guy's a reliever. Alright, he looks like the only player on their roster who is interesting. Oh no, never mind. He throws 87 to 89 and is an extreme fly ball pitcher. Alright, let's see. Oh geez, they're only picking 13th. We would need significantly more than that to trade Bellinger. I suppose we could take Alvarez in return and then flip him. In 4 years. You gotta be kidding me. In 5 years. Wow. That's the reality of it. Contract situation in a couple years is just not good. Okay, well this guy should get trade value. Perfect 28-year-old reliever. Yep, he's got no value. .25-year-old starting pitcher in Double A. He's a captain, but I mean, it's not worth that much. All right, so we're getting a reliever, a trade chip, and 3 draft picks here. We could do worse. I mean, the reality is right now that teams just do not have the ability to give us fair value for our pieces, so we've got to take what we can get. Oh, people are happy about Molina. Sure, Dodgers fans would not be happy about Bellinger being an Astro. Making Dodger fans unhappy is part of the job. As much as I love Vasquez, he may not be a viable long-term option simply because of his contract, which is ironic because it's a very affordable, friendly contract. No player option for you, and I'm not going to pay you quite that much. What's a good, let's give him a very Case Williams-like contract. I'll make it a little bit cheaper though. I'll make these last two, no, this will last 1 year. No, both of the last two. I'll make them team options. I'm not sure that this is going to be a good enough contract for him. I mean, this is essentially adding on another year, chopping off 2 million and taking away his player option. Yeah, that's not good enough for him. Okay, well, time to fix that. All right, now we're only looking at 135 million. This is the exact value that we gave to Case Williams in terms of total contract cost, but the team options at the end make it a little bit more favorable to us. I don't think he's going to take this. All right. Actually, we can't really afford to do that, so oops. What effect does this have? Okay, it ups it by 10 million. This might be enough. Okay, so that's a relatively affordable contract. All right. Who was the other guy? Serta. Serta needs a contract. I'm not as big of a fan of Serta, though. He might be gone after a couple seasons. Actually might not even have him around long enough to hit the arbitration stage of his contract life, so I might be looking at potentially just keeping Serta through his cheapo periods and then trading him away. Yep, I don't even want to pay him if he's going to cost more than that for 8 years. All right, well, he'll be in the rotation next season, but he's not going to be in the rotation very long. Where is he on the... Okay, actually, he's already in. He's got 1 year left until arbitration, but I don't want to pay him that much, so... I guess, I mean, Ohea is still good for this season, but he's hitting arbitration technically, so I don't really want to keep him around that badly. Jimmy Lewis, he's not bad. I'd be willing to take him. He's also the only half decent trade offer, so he will be our return here. Could we potentially get Clace in this deal? Yeah, we can get Clace. He's not even a good personality. There's literally no reason for us to keep him around. That guy that we are adding to complete this trade. All right, and we can get their first round pick with Mike Molina. But I think I'd rather give him to the Rockies. Oh wait, I already traded for the Rockies first round pick. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do here in terms of what I want to do with Mike Molina. I think this is not bad, but I would like more than just the first round pick if I'm giving him up. Wow, they've got some really bad personalities. That dude's not too bad. That guy is very bad. Okay, well, we can get that guy. Oh, why do your pitchers have to have such terrible personalities, Twins? I mean, I guess this guy's isn't too terrible. Adaptability, but work ethic I don't like. No, thank you. Alright, well, that's all their meaningful draft picks, so I'll just add in cash now. What if I could get another reliever like Sandlin? I like him. What about this catcher, Julian Brock? Yeah, I could give him up. I'm not even sure why they're interested in him. Alright, well, that's not too bad. looks like we've got a fairly decent set of additions here. All right, let's find Coronado, promote to the majors, and give him an extension while he's still affordable enough to extend. Even this is not cheap, folks. This is a pricey extension. All right, so we want the AAV to be around $20 million, which, considering our financial situation, is not a small thing to ask. I'll try to shortchange him a little bit on the first offer, but I really hoped he would be cheaper than this. Just think about how expensive our other prospects are going to be, like that pitcher, what's his name, Ian Wiley. They'll all be really expensive. I don't know how many guys we're going to be able to retain. I don't know who we're going to be able to retain. This is $150 million, and it wasn't even close to good enough for him. Keep in mind that this only takes him through his age 31 season. All right, so this is about $200 million contract, and it is good enough for him. All right, well, that is going to be very expensive. We might have to start looking at some inferior players who are cheaper just because we can't afford to have everybody, unfortunately. I mean, we're gonna have to figure out some financials for guys like that and Elias Mendoza and Arguin, Tenorio, just our whole next wave of prospects. I'm gonna have to figure out which guys are worth keeping, which guys are gonna get us better trade values, if there is anybody at all who's gonna get worthwhile return. Like, I'm sure we're gonna be making a trade with Marlins for their pitching prospect. But anyways, I will see you guys on the next season, and hopefully we can improve the team some more.